name is Tanya Lacey. I am a songwriting and vocal tutor at ACM, and we're just going to have a little chat really. We're going to go back to basics. We're going to look at songwriting, look at it fundamentally, like the starting point. We're not even going to really touch on melody, and that might seem like a strange concept given that we're going to be talking about songwriting. But what I really want to do is establish what it is that helps you to create songs with message and songs with meaning. And we're just going to have a look and deconstruct a song as well. So let me tell you a bit about myself. I have been writing songs now for 23 years, and I've been in the industry for about 13 years now. I started out writing poetry and then gradually started experimenting with putting melodies to the words I was writing, and then it was a very organic process for me. So if you're watching this thinking, I've never written a song before and I don't really know what I'm doing, have no fear. We all have to start from somewhere. And what I want to do today is to get you to actually see if you can put your ideas or your thoughts onto paper and see what we can do with it from there. But I'll tell you all about that in a bit. So, what is a song? Why are songs important? Why is music important? Music is a huge part of our lives, and it's how we tell our stories. It's how we connect, it's how we express ourselves. And so when we're looking at songwriting, it's not just about writing a song that's catchy or hooky. It's about sharing your experiences, sharing your connection with your audience, being relatable with your audience. And it's all about the exchange of your energy within your music, okay? There's no right and there's no wrong. You can write colours, you can whatever you have going on in your head, put it on paper, okay? And try and do that regularly. Try and do that. Usually in the morning it's the most effective, and it's great to start the day without a clouded mind anyway, so I would recommend doing it in the morning if you can. When we're looking at songwriting, just from a basic point of view, as songwriters and as artists, what we're essentially doing is we're sharing our story with people, and we're exchanging our energy in that music, in the way that we sing, or the way that we rap, or the nuances in our voice. It's all connected, it all matters. But what's really important is that you are bringing out your authentic self, okay? When we look at authenticity, I mean, that's a whole nother chapter in and of itself. But when I think of authenticity at a fundamental level with songwriting, what's your story to date? What are the things that you are passionate about? Is there anything that really upsets you, or is there anything that really excites you? What are your thoughts on certain issues? Where do you stand? And if you're still formulating your opinion, that's fine as well. What are you unsure of? The idea of writing from an authentic place is really about getting to know yourself as well as sharing your story with other people. And I just want to insert a quick quote when it comes to thinking about songs, especially thinking about how many words you should be including, how cluttered should it be cluttered or syncopated. I want to refer to a quote from a French composer called Claude Debussy, and his quote is this: "Music is the space between the notes." Music is the space between the notes. I think that's a really profound quote for a number of reasons, but the reason why I thought it was relevant to bring it up now is because when you're listening to music, it's really important to have that breathing space within the song for a variety of reasons. So as a writer, it's really important to be conscious of the breathing space that you're putting into your songs, so that one, you're not over-cluttering the song with lyrics to the point where a listener can't understand or comprehend everything as it's being played in real time, okay? The idea is to make music an enjoyable experience, and sometimes over cluttering or putting too much information in one song can leave the listener feeling a bit confused and dazzled. So you want to try and keep it simple, but that doesn't mean dumbing down what you are talking about. It means creating music that is digestible and enjoyable. When we're looking at creating songs, when I look at creating songs, the first thing that I want to be sure of is, what is the song about? What is the concept of the song? What am I trying to say in the song? What is the statement? Am I asking a question? Who am I speaking to? Who is the song about? These are the kinds of things that I'll start thinking about. And I might even do one of these. I might do a thought map. Again, illustrating the importance of putting your ideas onto paper, okay? Because generally speaking, nobody just writes a song straight away in one go, gets in the recording booth, records it, and that's it. Job done. It doesn't work like that. A lot of the time, it's putting different pieces of the puzzle together, and it's rewriting. Writing is rewriting. So don't ever think, I just can't get the song right. It will come. Give yourself patience. But yeah, those are the things that I think about. What's the song about? What's the statement? I'm asking a question. Who is the song about? What is the concept, okay? So because I'm thinking about all of those things, naturally, the first part of the song that I need to be thinking about writing or constructing is the chorus. Because the chorus of any song is the heart of the song. That's where the core of the message is. That's the part that your crowds are going to be singing along to. That should be the most memorable part, which is why it's called a hook, because you're supposed to hook the audience in, hook the listener in. And in order for something melodic to be hooky, it needs to have a repetition, and it needs to have a sense of familiarity when that chorus comes into the song. It needs to have a lot of different components, but we won't go into that right now. We're just going to go into the basics of approaching songwriting. Once you know what the chorus is saying, then it's almost like you work out of that chorus. Because when you look at a song, the first verse is the introduction into the story being told, okay? Imagine if you're reading a book. The first chapter is going to introduce the storyline to you, okay? Just as a song would introduce whatever the theme or topic is of the song, okay? But it's going towards the chorus. The verse is always traveling towards the chorus. So if you know what the chorus is, you know how to travel to that chorus and then to travel out of that chorus into the next verse. The chorus is so absolutely fundamentally crucial to songwriting. That's the first chunk, the first section of the song that you should really be focusing on and spend time on it. Now, going back to the music quote from French composer Debussy, when it comes to crafting your choruses, it's really important that you don't overclutter them with lyrics. You give them the opportunity to breathe. You make direct statements. You make it so easy for the listener to know and grasp straight away what that song is about and what the song title is. I want you to check out the chorus in a song called Own It by Stormzy, Ed Sheeran and Burna Boy. And I want you to just really pay attention to the way that the title is used in the song, okay? How many times the title is repeated, and also the space in between each phrase and why that works. I also want you to listen to the space in between the end of the chorus and the post-chorus, which is also known as a post-hook, which is basically the end of the chorus that kind of reiterates what the chorus punchline is, you could say. So for this song, it's called Own It. So have a quick listen to that and just listen to the space and the way that that chorus is constructed and why it makes such an impact. Own it,
Girl, you just own it, 'cause your body's on fire. Show me how to control it, and go hit you and get higher. Girl, I love how you roll it. I put my hand there. Hold it, I'ma be right by you. Space. I'ma be right by you. Space. I'ma be right by you. I'ma be right by you. 1, 2, 3, verse 2.
When we look at that song, Own It, it works for so many reasons. It's not particularly melodic as well. And that's another misconception, that you have to have this huge climax when it comes to the chorus in terms of melody, and you have to really hit those belting notes. You don't at all. There's no rule with making music, and you just have no idea what's going to connect with who. But when it comes from a real place, you definitely increase your potential of connecting with people who really feel where you're coming from. And if we look at, listening to that chorus, even in the tag, which is basically the section of the song that comes straight after the chorus, and the job and the purpose of the tag is to really reinforce the theme or the concept or the punchline, you could say, or song title. It's to really hammer that home before you get into the next section of the song, be that a verse or another section like a bridge or a middle eight section. It's clear that the title is Own It, because we hear it repeated in the chorus section, which is what you would expect to hear in a chorus. You'd expect to hear the song title, or at least a statement that alludes to what the song is about. Okay, so it does that. It gives us, as listeners, breathing space to feel the groove of the music and to digest the lyrics. Okay, because as listeners, especially if we're listening to music for the first time, our brains are working so hard to understand the melodies, comprehending the instrumentation, the rhythm, the tempo, and the theme of the song, the mood of the song, the concept. It's, our brains are working really hard. We don't even realize how hard they're working when we're actually listening to music and we're unpacking what we're listening to, and we're interpreting it. So making your songs, making your choruses easy to unpack, easy to digest, and enjoyable to listen to is absolutely key. If we go and talk now about a song that I co-wrote, called How We Roll, which was really successful in the UK charts. It climbed to number 2 in the charts, and initially it was written as a duet, and the concept behind the song was kind of based on a Bonnie and Clyde storyline, okay? And so when you know that and then listen to the lyrics, the two marry, okay? It makes sense. If I go through the lyrics with you now, just to illustrate how important it is to know where you're going in terms of what your song is about, to know what your chorus is, okay? So the chorus lyrics for How We Roll. You and me on our own, you should already know. It's just me and my baby, oh. Me and my baby, oh. Back to back and reload. Pack our bags, hit the road. It's just me and my baby, oh. It's just me and my baby, oh. And that's just how we roll. 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 The title of the song is How We Roll. Makes sense, right? Yeah, because the tag, which is the section that comes straight after the chorus, and the job of the tag is to reinforce what the song is called, what the song is about, okay? So that the listener, if they're hearing that song for the first time, they hear, and that's just how we roll. They know instantly the song is going to have something to do with, the song title is going to be something to do with roll, how we roll, and that's just how we roll. It's going to be a take on that phrase, okay? And it is. The song is called How We Roll.
You and me on our own, you should already know. It's just me and my baby, oh, oh. Me and my baby, oh. Back to back and reload. Pack our bags, hit the road. It's just me and my baby, oh, oh. Me and my baby, oh. And that's just how we roll. 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 And that's just how we roll.
In that chorus, it's establishing you and me on our own, okay? So I am talking to whoever I'm in a relationship with or whoever my partner in crime is. I'm talking directly to the audience, okay? You and me on our own. You should already know. It's just me and my baby, and that's me further establishing that I'm talking about a love interest now, okay? Me and my baby, oh, me and my baby, oh. Back to back and reload. That's got the sort of danger element in it, okay? It's very visual as well. Pack our bags, hit the road. We all know what that means. It's, again, very visual. It's just me and my baby, oh, me and my baby, oh, talking about the unity between two people who kind of are a little bit living life on the edge, you could say, okay? And then the post tag, and that's just how we roll. And that's just how we roll. That's our way of life. That's how we roll. So once we had that chorus, the verses wrote themselves, because essentially we knew where we were traveling to. We knew this was a song about two people who live dangerously and they've got each other's back, and that's just how they roll. And that's where I want you to get to, the place where you are writing choruses or thinking about ideas that you could turn into choruses. And that is what the task is for today's after school club. I want you to start thinking about choruses. For these tasks, you don't need any equipment, okay? It would be great if you had a phone and you could record voice notes. That's super handy as well, especially when you're on the go, putting your ideas down. But for the purpose of this task, all you really need is your mind and a pen and paper and a comfortable space where you can, you know, release whatever's in your inside of your head. Before I go, there are a couple of tips that I've got for you. So one I just mentioned, if you do have an iPhone or a phone that has a recording feature inbuilt, then it's a great idea to start recording yourself and start recording yourself humming or any melodies or even words that you're interested in or you like the sound of, or a poem that you might have written. Just start recording. Get used to hearing yourself and get used to recording your ideas down, because essentially as you get into songwriting, you will be building up your repertoire of songs. So start early, start recording your ideas. You never know, you know, one of those ideas from your phone could turn into a really successful record. So, you know, you just never know with songs, and that's what's so amazing about working in the industry and being a creative minded person. Get to know Rhyme Zone. It's absolutely free online. It's a really great way of thinking about different rhymes that you could potentially use, especially if you're a bit stuck for a particular word. Go onto Rhyme Zone and you can find near rhymes or, you know, identical rhymes, and it can really help get you out of a bit of a funk mentally. So Rhyme Zone, recording your ideas on your phone. GarageBand is a really good little tool to have, and it's actually inbuilt on iPhones as well. It's absolutely free, and you've got the keyboard feature on there as well, so it gives you the opportunity to put down your ideas in a bit more of a fuller format rather than just a vocal note. And also there is another app that I really enjoy using. It's free as a trial and it's called Writer's Session. Your first 2 songs are for free, so you can use this app for lots of different reasons. You can use it in lots of different ways as well. It's also got an inbuilt rhyme feature. It's just a great app. Go and check that out. And if you do like it, then there is a small fee for the actual app, but it's starting to gain a lot of traction, especially in the industry, and is used by Grammy Award winning producers and writers. So it's something to get used to and maybe just give it a trial. The trial is free. So those would be my top recommendations. record your ideas on voice memos, voice notes. Have a little look at Rhyme Zone. It's quite fun to see what kind of words rhyme with what. I mean, I'm geeky with words, so that's something that I do quite a lot, or at least I used to do it quite a lot. GarageBand and Writer Session, there you go. 4 tools for you to explore, and let me know how you get on. Thanks for tuning in today. We hope you've learnt something, and we'd love to hear the songs that you create. So please feel free to tag us and use the hashtag ACM Club when sharing your creations via social media.
Hi, I'm Lucy Harrison. I'm a games development tutor here at ACM. Make sure to check out my Creating Sounds for Video Games session on the 4th of March at 4:30 p.m. for the ACM After School Club.